Now that pretty much wraps up the portion of the presentation concerned with why we're in Berlin and why it makes sense to invest. So I just want to take you through very briefly one base case scenario of one of our projects, and just to tell you the sort of things that we look out for when we're choosing plots, because we do get sent over Tempelwinkel, we get sent a lot of developments. However, Tempelwinkel only choose to develop very specific projects. I'll just run through that now in this specific example. So our Bornholm development, we had 35 units here, so it's very much a boutique development. And in terms of where we're located in Mitte, which translates from German to English as the center. So it's literally the most central district in Berlin. And over here you can see we're located at Grünenthaler Straße 49. So we're right next to public transportation, in this case the S-Bahn, that's the overground train. So whenever we're looking at any project, we'll make sure that we have public transportation located very conveniently. Now, on top of that, we like to focus on projects that work for the middle market. So what we don't do is we don't focus on ultra luxury premium developments that almost nobody can afford. We tend to focus our efforts on the middle market. So generally speaking, we'll be building solid new build developments. A one-bedroom apartment might go for around 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 euro per month. So something that almost anyone who has a good job in Berlin can afford. And that makes the apartments that we offer more defensive assets. And so it doesn't matter where we are in the business cycle, whether we're at a peak, whether we're at a trough, everyone will be able to rent one of these apartments. So again, in terms of the price range that we focus on here, the average price was 6,000 euro per square meter, which I think was phenomenal for being in Mitte. We are right next to Prenzlauer Berg. So everything you see right here, Mauerpark, Schönhauser Allee, this whole area of Berlin is called Prenzlauer Berg, and at the moment is one of the most attractive places to live in Berlin. And so if you're buying a new build around this location, it will be at least around 10,000 euro per square meter, if not more. So whilst gentrification is a little bit of a bad word these days, it's sort of undeniable that you're going to see the prices increase. So that trickle effect moving out into our location, particularly because the micro location here is just that fantastic. We're on a quiet cobblestone street. All along Grünenthaler Straße, you have free public parking. So that is almost impossible to find, which really is a gold mine in Berlin. And you're just going to see a lot more people moving out to this location. And even though we only had 35 apartments here, we sold a good number, especially the larger units, to owner occupiers, which obviously is a great sentiment for any investors buying, knowing that there is demand locally and you will be able to exit it, whether that's within 10 years or after. Other than that, for this project, especially when we're finding plots at the moment, we try and focus them close to Europa City, because just as Darren said before, quite rightly, this is the largest regeneration project that's undergoing in Berlin at the moment. Berlin does not really have a central business district per se. It's very much split up throughout Berlin, and Europa City is going to be the central business district, certainly for any larger multinational corporations that are moving over as a result of the international airport being opened. But just anyone with over 1,000 to 2,000 employees plus, there's nobody else to house that many people in one place. And Europa City really is the key. And of course, we're going to see a lot of price growth coming up around that location. Now, just to give you an idea of what Europa City looks like, it's this whole swathe of land over there. Some of the buildings close to the train station, so it's all centered around the Hauptbahnhof, which is the central station of Berlin. Some of these are already completed with some large corporates tenanting them. PwC, a lot of the consulting firms are based around there, but also Expedia, JLL, and some of these larger companies. All of the rest, so about 3/4, is still under development. And most of it was planned to complete, obviously different people own different plots, but is planned to complete in 2023. So once that's all completed, I mean, this really is going to have a lot of positives come out of it through the international airport being completed. So certainly something to look out for over the next few years. In terms of our other developments, Kietz was for us by far the most central development that we've launched in recent years. So that was located in Luxemburger Straße. We had a little bit smaller apartments here, so they're predominantly studios and one beds. It's an extremely fashionable place, or trendy rather, place to live at the moment. Time Out ranked the location where we're in the 6th trendiest location in the world as of the end of last year. So it's certainly something that appeals a lot to the younger demographic in Berlin, between 20 to 35. A lot of those people are working in the tech sectors that want to be in sort of more trendy, attractive location with a lot of restaurants on your doorstep, but also not too far from where they might be working, in this case, Europa City. And this project's only 10 to 15 minutes away by underground to Europa City. And the third project that we have is Handjury. So that's located in the heart of West Berlin. We're a stone's throw away from the Kudamm, the Kurfürstendamm, which is the most premier street in Berlin. But again, a very, very attractive micro location, quite established, certainly compared to the other two. This is already a very, very popular place to live, definitely amongst the locals. And we've actually almost sold out this project, even though we launched this through COVID time. And I would say about 70% have gone to, of the units have gone to owner occupiers. So again, we've still got a few units left in this project, but another one to look out for. And that